Today's Wednesday, December 14th, 2016, and you're tuned into the Elevator Radio Show. Hey, everybody, got a good show for you today. Stay tuned. Here it comes.
You're tuned in to the Elevator Radio Show, a weekly program dedicated to covering news and information on elevators, escalators, and moving walkways. Produced in the wee hours of the morning, a new show is uploaded every Wednesday, sometimes even before you get out of bed. Listen to some of the comments sent in from our audience.
Rob from New York writes, Tom, are you f***ing insane? You actually get up at 2 a.m. each Wednesday to put this show out? Man, you must love elevators. Tim from Illinois writes, I'm not sure why I listen, but ever since I tuned into the first show back in 2007, I've been addicted. Matt in Texas writes, I like your safety messages, Tom. It's important to remember them each and every day. And he also adds,
when am I going to win the monthly prize pack giveaway?
Ron from California sent this in. Despite your inability to pronounce words in the English language, I tune in each week and am glad that you offer this service to the industry. It's better than Google News alerts. Sarah from Washington writes, love the show, Tom, and look forward to it each week. I'm glad I signed up for the newsletter. You provide a valuable resource for the industry, not only for North America, but worldwide.
Enjoy the show. And now, here's your sleep-deprived host, Tom Seibert.
Thank you, everybody. Yes, great to be here. Great to be here this morning. Yes, we are. Yeah, it's early morning. It was about 5 degrees when I woke up this morning. It was cold. You know what? What's crazy, excuse me, was I think like 2 weekends ago, I think we got our first hit of really cold weather, and back then it was like really cold, and it was only like 29 degrees. Now that we've had like a week, 2 weeks to kind of get used to it. Yesterday, high temperature was like 19 or 18. It was actually fine. So I guess the long story short of this is that you only need about a week, I think, to kind of acclimate to what you're doing. Thank you for joining me today on today's program. This is show number 450 or 450, and it is our kind of our anniversary show. Kind of ran a little bit over from, it kind of fell in between last week's and this week's show. But just want to say thank you to all of you who have stuck with me through thick and thin, through all the fun projects we've been involved with, whether it was the Secret Santa phone line that we did when my kids were little, and I set up a Santa phone call line for those of you to call in, and to be honest with you, I used it to try to keep my kids in line, because come December 1st, every year, the kids would just go ballistic. They had no concept as to when Christmas was coming, had no concept as to what what it was about. And at the end of the day, it was like the longest 25 days of my life. And the only thing I could do to kind of keep them in line was to pick up the phone and said, hey, you want me to call Santa? Do you want me to call Santa? And more often than not, I did. Had it on speakerphone, and you'd hear Santa call, in the background. So anyway, but that we helped Jim Collett produce the Elevator Man Stories book, and that was a lot of fun. Also been involved with a lot of, industry and association type projects, and we are glad that we are here helping out as best that we can and sharing the knowledge and the news to so many people across the world and across the United States and North America. And obviously, when the show was started, I never thought the reach that we would have would be so great. And as the show started to be produced and distributed, we had listeners from all over the place, which was just great. So we've had over 1 million downloads of the audio program, and mainly the audio program, but which just is a testament to just knowing that what we're doing here is making a difference. So thank you for that. So how many of you out there are ready for Christmas? Yeah, my wife reminded me last night that it's a week and a half away. I'm like, oh boy, I forgot all about that. So anyway, yeah, I'll be doing some mad dash last minute shopping, probably at the local convenience store for some goodies, and looking forward to that. Also, with following up with getting the year over with, starting 2017 nice and fresh, and with some good goals, and it's a good opportunity for all of us to take a look at what we want to do in the upcoming year and the differences that we want to make, because we're only on this earth for a limited amount of time. And while I used to say, or I've heard people say, you know, what do they used to say? Life is short. Yeah, life is short. Life is too short. You know, and the reality is life is the longest thing you're ever going to do. So remember that, and with no guarantee of when you're going to cease to breathe. I hate to be so morbid, but yeah, make sure that the time that you have here makes a difference. That's really all you can do, and whether it's in the lives of your friends and family, or in your business, or in your industry, you want to be remembered for something that was good. All right. So anyway, got a good show for you today. Had some more technical support issues with the computer, and man, I'm just for a computer that runs Windows 10. I literally have nothing running in the background, but it seems like there's 1,000 different things Microsoft wants to run. Hey, just real quick, if you're looking for something to buy last minute, we do have the Elevator Radio Show online store. I do not talk about it enough, and I should, because just as a reminder, we got all sorts of goodies there. We have consultants, elevator gear, contractors, elevator gear, just shirts, t-shirts, coffee mugs, stuff like that, inspectors. And really, just so you know, I don't make any money. So when you're looking at these going, my God, $29.99 for a t-shirt? Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's a highway robbery. But at the end of the day, I don't make anything off of this, and everything is marked at $5. And that $5 goes back to the Elevator Escalator Safety Foundation once we get a check from Cafe Press, just so you know. So I think we've donated maybe, I don't know how much over the last 11 years. Not enough, probably, but it's been close to, I don't know, maybe $1,000, a little bit over, a couple of checks. And also, so anyway, so check that out. I don't know if you'll get it in time, but there's some cool goodies over there. Some women's stuff. I don't have any thongs, so don't ask me to put those on there. Yeah, I'm just scrolling through all sorts of stuff. Stuff for your dog, a little teddy bear, buttons. Yeah, I haven't looked at this in a while, so, but I don't ever talk about it. But if you're looking for last-minute gifts for your loved ones, or you want something to put on your Christmas gift, check it out. There's even things for inspectors, and we kind of coined the term "got lift." And it says, if so, thank an elevator inspector today, or an elevator consultant or mechanic. So check it out. Link is in the show notes. And I should probably get some of that gear and wear it on the show is what I should be doing, because at the end of the day, I'm not doing enough of that kind of marketing. So anyway, okay, enough blah, 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 blah from me. And just one more really quick note. Obviously, if you're in the Midwest, you probably got snow over the weekend. And if you did, there's more coming this weekend. So hang in there and think spring, okay? All right, up next we get into the news and have you out of here in no time. Man, my mouse is just moving like molasses. What is going on? All right, up next, news.
Let this week's news stories give you a lift on what's happening in the vertical transportation arena. Each news segment is organically dug and fresh with news stories of the week. Got lift? If not, stay tuned.
Alrighty, first news article of the show today is SimCoach Games, his launch harness hero, and this was sent to me from my good friend Mark Mullins. Mark shared the fall protection video games have the potential to save lives. I love this. I would love to see more of these kind of apps out there to ensure that workers are safe, construction workers, everybody for that matter. And if it's going to take games and apps to do this, this is awesome. I would love to see the day that these apps, these games, actually will count as continuing education credits. So if we've got anybody listening from anywhere, anywhere, you know, whether they're inspectors or providing continuing education credits, this may be the future. This may be the way that we that our workers get educated the best that they possibly can. So I think it's great. It's awesome. And if it's going to save a life, I am all for it. I'm all for it. So this might be the future of educational opportunities. I don't think necessarily it's going to replace in-person educational sessions, because I think those are more valuable than a game or app could ever be. But if we're going to be able to save lives and make sure that workers are properly using fall protection devices and stuff like that, then I'm all for it. So maybe even the ESF can use something like this in the future for reaching the general riding public. Okay, urbanland.org or uli.org has a Interesting blog talking about building a case for tall wood buildings. And I kind of, I don't really understand this, but I'm not an architect. I'm not really a construction person or whatever. But, since when has wood been a attractive alternative? And I'm sure somebody would definitely agree with me or disagree with me. And not to say that I don't build with wood or I wouldn't build a home with wood, but when you're talking about tall buildings and sustainability, I just wonder why we're not talking about, cement and stuff like that. I would think from a conservation type perspective, you'd want that. But what do I know? I don't know. But yeah, even the shaftway is made out of wood. Seems like it's a big fire waiting to happen. But I don't know. What do I know? Somebody correct me if you like. Be happy to go over to the Facebook page and share your post or your link or whatever. Hey, pretty cool news. Must be nice to donate $2 million. Billionaire, come on. I did click on it. Benefactory donates funds to replace Washington Monument elevator, and it's David M. Rubenstein, billionaire businessman who practices patriotic giving. I think it's great. Has agreed to donate funds to modernize the elevator in the Washington Monument, which has been closed since August. I love this. If you had a passion like this and you had this much money, I think it's awesome. So apparently, compensating cable broke loose from the elevator car. Anyway, I'm not quite sure what they're going to do, but I'm glad people are out there that have lots of money and who want to donate it. So thank you, David. Maybe they should put a plaque on there for you. I'd hope they would do something. So, okay, positive Post-its help during finals week. As if college students don't have it more, difficult enough. Anyway, they're looking to support those that are taking finals this week, and I kind of chuckled at this a little bit because if you watch the video piece, some of the notes on the actual walls are like, "Are you kidding me? Maybe I should be doing this in the walkway of our, where we work? Like, you are the best. You're gonna knock out of the park today." I mean, listen. I'm all for positive messages. I think if the more positive we have out there, the better off our world would be. And so hopefully it helps. But at the end of the day, I remember from what I remember from finals in college was pretty much, basically cramming, staying up all night long. I'm trying to think what the caffeine product was at the time. I think just drinking Pepsi. We didn't have anything that was Red Bull or crazy like that. And then just, cramming all the last 2 nights to get ready for it all. But I don't know. It's good. It's good positive way elevators are being used, and also, in today's show. Okay, CNW has, or Newswire Canada has launched a press release. This is coming from New Minister, British Columbia. And the British Columbia Safety Authority reminds British Columbians to use precautions and common sense to stay safe on elevators and escalators. And the photo says it all, people. Okay, it's a yellow area on the escalator tread that's has a foot basically jammed in it. Ensure you ride elevators and escalators. You are going to find out with some of the articles on today's show that when ridden safely, they are okay. When not okay. So I know it's generally vague, but whatever. I'll get into it in a little bit. Okay, as if China didn't have enough crazy news regarding elevators that don't work very well. Apparently, somebody who thought this is the title of this coming from Yabata. 200 hydrogen balloons explode when prankster ignites them inside an elevator. 8 people were injured, and this is probably one of the most dangerous things I've ever heard happening. Hopefully something like this doesn't become a YouTube sensation and we see more stupid stuff. For some reason it shows 800, 200. Anyway, crazy. Yeah, hydrogen will blow up very, 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 very quickly and explosively. Okay, notices to 17 mall escalator operators were sent out. This in the wonderful area Kota Kinabalu in East Malaysia regarding, this came from the Department of Occupational Safety and Health in collaboration with the National Institute of Occupational Safety and Health. Hello, MS Elevators Engineering in the shopping mall. They're sending notices out to malls everywhere, or 17 mall escalator operators to make sure that people who ride the units are riding them safely, provide information on how to do that. So I think that's great. Seems like whoever have provided some of this, and I think we have to go above and beyond than what the code requires on making sure people understand that escalators are not amusement rides, neither are elevators. Even though as a child I was probably guilty of using both as what I had mentioned, but now I know better, and I actually kind of get nervous whenever I'm on an escalator. So anyway. Next article, first escalator goes into mall in Liberia. If you could imagine, this mall doesn't look very impressive, but I don't know. Yeah, it's quite a long article. Yeah, okay. But that's news in Liberia. Hopefully everybody knows how to ride it. Excuse me. Next news article, let's see here. Otis develops green elevator for affordable housing. This article was posted in the Hindu.com business section. And, I think anybody could kind of come up and say, hey, we have a green elevator, and basically say it's for any kind of application. So, but I commend Otis for going after this market, and hopefully it will, it'll benefit them in their efforts to get work. So, but different way of marketing the same type of product. But yeah, green solutions are definitely something that's being sought after. Okay, students helped after stalled an elevator during power outage. Obviously, when power goes out to buildings, elevators stop working, and everybody's okay. And if you need instant savings at Pep Boys, you can click on that link if you're working on a car. So everybody's okay.
And new admission.
Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. That scared the crap out of me. Jeez. That's loud. I know it's not loud in your ears, but in mine, it is so loud. I got to turn it down a little bit. Oh, man. Okay. I think that's a little bit better for my headphones. Man, I hate things like that. It's going to give somebody a heart attack. But there's a lawsuit out there that from people who, like, have had a heart attack because something has, like, just blared into their earbuds, shocking them into heart attack status. Okay, having trouble with your escalator? Here's a solution. Yeah. Okay. The Hicksburg Post reporting that, oh no, Discover. Go F yourself. Escalator at VCC on the way out. Apparently, escalator at the Vicksburg Convention Center, which has been a problem for city officials for years, will be removed and replaced with a staircase. Yes. Now, some of you might be asking, well, why don't they just turn the escalators off and turn those into staircases? Well, that's not going to ever happen, but I commend them for this. Yeah, use the stairs, people, right? Yeah. I know it's not the most efficient means of moving people, but under ADA, escalators are not required and obviously shouldn't be used because anybody that has any type of condition that requires how do I say this politically correct? Anybody who requires, I can't even say it. Anybody who requires additional, not assistance, I want to say. Anybody who needs mobility, this is terrible. I can't even say it. You know what I'm talking about, though, right? Right, yeah. Anybody who needs increased mobility, I'm gonna remember as soon as I hit stop on the record button. But anyway, the point is anybody that has a disability that is affecting balance, that's affecting vision, that's affecting strength, should not be on an escalator. That goes for, doesn't even have to be a disability. It can be due to old age or whatever. Just use care. How about that? Anyway, link is in the show notes if you want to read more about that. But yeah, it's a perfect solution. Here's a blog post coming from Jalopnik. And it's a heck of a website, but here's a blog post by Jason Turchinsky, or Turchinsky, talking about whether or not an elevator is a vehicle. Yes, it's a vehicle. Why not is a vehicle? It's the first self-driving vehicle in the world. How about them apples? But anyway, if you want to comment on that, go right ahead. And Jason's looking to get some free elevators out of it so he can test drive them. Child rescued after foot got stuck in escalators. Happened at Macy's. I swear this is like deja vu because I thought I reported on this. Oh, you know, I did. No. Wait. Updated. Okay, it was updated December 1st, 2016, but it was actually occurred September 21st. So what was updated on it? And why would they update it? I don't know. Well, you already read about that, so not a big deal if you get me out of here. Go back. It's coming from the Stanford Advocate. Gosh darn it. There we go. Yeah. Okay, this is a serious one. Woman dies from elevator collapse in... I do not want to play this. Karachi, a woman was killed while injuries were sustained by a man. What? After an elevator fell in a residential complex. It makes no sense. Oh, okay. What? Anyway, sounds awful. Don't watch the video because it's in English. Okay, there's no English in it, but it's got English like breaking news stuff and the titles. But I don't know what's going on. I don't know what happened. There's some image here, but I don't know what it is. You know, I don't. Karachi. Seems like that's where it happened, in another city of that area. So, yeah. Remember, if you're traveling abroad, think twice about riding elevators over there or escalators. Elevator door close buttons. Here's a blog post which proves that apparently it's slow news day in Iowa City. Do not want to subscribe today, but questioning whether or not door close buttons actually work, and how shattered somebody was that they learned. And what concerns me is that, it goes, I don't remember what the article was about, but it made reference to the fact that the door close button on all U.S. elevators actually doesn't do anything at all and hasn't for decades. What? Am I the last person to know? I didn't believe it at first, but Google search revealed the door close feature became obsolete a few years after the enactment of the American with Disabilities Act. Thank goodness for Google. It knows everything, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, don't call an elevator company. Don't do anything silly like that. No. Anyway, link is in the show notes. And if you want more about that or comment on it. But the reality is that it feels good to press the door close button like a million times, doesn't it? I love it. I do it every chance I can. I mean, not when people are trying to get in the elevator, obviously, but still. Okay. And the door close button does work. Okay, 50 Shades Darker trailer. How many of you out there have a significant other, hopefully a wife or not, whatever. Not hopefully, I don't mean it like that. Just if you have somebody you love who is who reads 50 Shades of Grey, all the books are done. I know the movies are starting to trickle out. But anyway, there's a trailer on this. I shouldn't have even linked it. So here is a scary article, blog post, reminiscent, a recount of an escalator ride that went terribly wrong for Cass Pally. Now, when you read this, the only thing that seems to be missing from it is how this person actually fell backwards. Now, one could argue, or one could imagine, or one could assume that because of the luggage he had and everything, and probably a phone in his hand, he probably wasn't holding the handrail because he fell backwards and then couldn't get up. And it's terrible. I mean, you got to make sure you're paying attention on an escalator. And we shouldn't have to, in the world we live in today where everybody's got their freaking, head buried in their phone as they're walking down the street like zombies. The reality is that, this accident could have been prevented because the reality is that put a damn camera on these things, and you prevent people like this is when I later called a personal injury attorney, he made this noise that didn't sound promising. The problem, he said, is that the escalator isn't owned by American Airlines. It's owned by LAX, which is a federal agency. You try to sue the federal, blah, 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 blah. It'll be 109 before you see any money. Yeah. So this is our youth. This is our America. Yeah. Let's go let's go sue people because I fell on an escalator. I mean, I regret that he fell and he got hurt. He could have been a lot worse. But the reality is pay effing attention, man. Like, and I'm not saying this didn't happen, but it doesn't say anywhere that he was holding on the handrail. It doesn't really account what happened. He mentions that the unit jerked, whatever. But reality is things are safe. Escalators are safe when ridden properly. When ridden properly. Yeah. Okay. Okay, next news article. Yeah, feel free to send me an email or whatever if you want to, if you're the person that wrote the article. And anyway, next news article, and this is kind of fun. Elevator World has announced the 2007 photo contest. So last year they received nearly 150 submissions from around the world, from both companies and amateur photo enthusiasts participating. Send them your best shots. You could win cold, hard cash. Well, maybe not hard cash, but you could win cash equivalent. Anyway, and if you want to look at all the 2016 photo contest entries, you can click on the link there. And I love these. I'm telling you. There's 2016 elevator commercial, private residence, escalators, just cool stuff. Legacy equipment. I like that name, Legacy Equipment. I've never heard stuff referred to like that. Very cool. Yeah, so get that stuff in. And we all got photos of stuff. So get that in. Anyway, well, that's going to do it for the show, everybody. As always, I want to thank you for tuning in. It has been my pleasure, my honor to bring the show to you today. And as always, be safe out there. Work safe. Download that app if you're a mechanic. Check it out. And hopefully we'll see more of these kind of safety apps out there to help us out. Not when we're working, but when we're not working. Right? Right. All right, everybody. Stay warm. Look out for that hard attack snow this weekend. And be safe out there. Take care. Talk to you next week. Bye-bye.